Good evening, everyone. Hey, 5 people looking here already. Thanks for waiting around, gang. Got Todd on here with me, Wardrobe.
What's up?
We're going to do something a little different. Now, you notice the title says a Hexy Grail Game. So it may not be a Grail Game to a lot of people, but to me, it definitely is. And evening there, gamers, OG, Chuck, how y'all doing? But if you're started gaming in the 80s, 70s, 80s, you'll get why this is a Grail Game. But I think what I want to do first is I picked up some games here recently. I've had games sent to me. Of course, did the MMP sale, which I know Todd and I both set up till midnight to mess with that one.
It was only 11 for me, so I was lucky.
Oh, yeah. And McMurray a while back picked up a couple games for me that have showed up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch my camera, and Todd will watch the chat, I'm sure. And I'm going to turn on a light so that my tabletop's better and go through it. We're going to blow through these other games that I picked up, and then I'll get to the Hexy Grail Game. William Bird, how you, sir? Glad to see you in here. Let me switch over here. How's that?
There, that's better. A little light helps. Oh, I was going to show my games too.
Well, we can do that too. We can do that easy. All right, let me go. I'll tell you what, let's do this, Todd. Let's go ahead and you got yours handy?
I got my 3 that I got from the sale.
All right, let's pop it over on your screen real quick, and we'll let Todd kick off his real quick. I remember how to do this.
As I continue to, so you just want me to show all 3?
Go for it.
Yeah. I'm okay. So to continue my pursuit of the historical scenarios in this, because I like the historical maps over the geomorphic. I got NSL Journal issue 2, which has a Pacific Front historical game. I am afraid to even try to pronounce it. Kakuzu Ridge. So that's cool. Comes with some counters and a unique map that's of the ridge. Because this system was really fun the couple times I've played it with Mr. Jeff here. I got Hood Strikes North.
Yeah, buddy.
GCACW. It's probably I don't know. You can tell me, but it seems like it might be the smallest of the games because they're usually quite big. It's only got one thing in it. And then from that small, that's kind of funny. I gone from magazine to small box to humongous box. OCS, because I thought, why not get a game I'm never going to play? But boy, it sure looks good on my shelf.
I love those big box games.
Look at that. Third winner, which is pretty cool. I mean, look at all that stuff that's in that box.
And this thing, I haven't even really gone through it yet, but I know that thing has a ton of scenarios in it.
Well, and they're doing some different things. Anthony Burkett and Chip Saltzman are doing some really cool things with the system. So that's kind of cool to see that the system is evolving. And some of the thing I was impressed with this third winner is they're just improving some of the user interface, which is a big deal to me in gaming. And they're just changing lots of good player aids. And then they're trying to just make some things a little bit more smooth and OCS, because it's a very fun game, but there's a lot of fiddly bits to it and everyone knows it. So anyway, that's cool stuff there. So that's that's what I got in the sale.
But don't you have one more coming?
Oh, man, maybe. Panzer's Last Stand. Did someone, let's see here. So Nordic says I was tempted to get Panzer's Last Blitz, but I wonder if he means Panzer's Last Stand, but I don't have the space for it. Well, yeah, tell me about it, but I guess it didn't matter. But I did. So, Tony's Board Life Series 2. And I almost said Hex to X like I was on my own channel. Hex to X.
Evening. All right, well, let's flip screens here, and I'm going to blow through these first 6 here real quick. I don't know a whole lot about most of them. But
hey, real quick, Jeff, before you get to your stream here, let's cover William. He asked, he bought Hood Strikes North. Do you think there's going to be a Black Friday sale? I don't know, Jeff. Do you think there'll be one?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Okay. So I said I hope so, but I haven't heard anything. To be honest with you, the only thing that I've heard sale wise is rumors of war about GMT sale. The date that I heard was the 19th of November. GMT's fall sale. That I've not seen anybody put that out in black and white anywhere yet.
Okay.
So I couldn't tell you. MMP Black Friday. So man, unless there's something new,
Yeah, unless they put some new stuff on sale, I can't imagine they would do that. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they would. I don't know, but
there's
man,
nothing else. I mean, come on, the stuff I bought this time is stuff that I normally wouldn't even have purchased because I've got all the other stuff that I like so much. So,
I don't know their history if they normally do that. So, and
all right, you can keep an eye. I'm going to go blow through this stuff here real quick.
Yeah.
We're going to knock out about 5 or 6 games. Here's one that McMurray sent me, and he told me about it, that it was sitting on the table, but I think he told me in his second transmission to me. I said, really? I said, you know what? Give me that.
Yeah, he was at a miniature game convention and they had a flea market, right?
Yeah. Wasn't it Wiley's? Was it Wiley's or was it something else?
I don't think it was necessarily specifically Wiley's, but there was a bunch of games there. I mean, that's why he was there. I don't remember, but yeah, but there's just a bunch. It was a flea market of miniatures and board games. So
yeah, so I picked this up, Prussia's Glory from GMT, and I'm starting to get a feel when I look at some of these games, like okay, so this has Rossbach, Leuthen, Zorndorf, and Torgau, and I know that 3 of those names are on a list I'm putting together of games that I have that I want to play, and I'm trying to do them by month and stuff like that. But these are, I guess, Frederick the Great or whatever games, Prussia and stuff like that, when Prussia was just really overbearing and powerful. But I'm getting a feeling that this game and series like, which I haven't played yet, Great Battles of History, the Men of Iron stuff that I've been playing, that they all have a similar format in the way the counters laid out, the way the maps are, because they have multiple maps on the front. They'll do front and backs on the maps and stuff like that, and then their scenario books will have those nice. So they have your deployments, then they have things sorted by color on how they deploy, and then they have a picture on how the units will actually look on the map. So this is the first one here, Prussia's Glory, Battles of Frederick the Great, 1757-1760. And I don't see, this is I guess the cover art's Roger Manel. The game design is Robert Kalinowski. And this one was GMT published in 2002. So, and it's a quad game. Let's get that one off the shelf here.
It is funny. I just looked at it. So what happened is McMurray picked it up and then I shipped it to Jeff. But yeah, it's old school, man. You can just do the design is older, just the rules and just because it's 2002. So, and it
looks, to me, the stuff looks, because like I said, I had such a big gap in playing. They all look great. Artie, how you doing, brother? Gary, good to see you, man. All right, now we're going to go down a strange road for Hexy. Okay, so, and like I said, some of these MMP games I bought because there was really nothing else there I needed, but these were so cheap I decided to get them. So here's one I've been doing some YouTube watching, trying to find out what it's about. I did not know that there was some other war that was fought, I guess, the continental United States. So, Ulan, how you doing, Jerry? Jerry's got a video out on Facebook I saw today. It's a gigantic. I'm sorry, Jerry, I can't remember what the boat was, but it's an old frigate, and he had this thing in the water, and he was standing next to it wearing boots, and the water was up the top of his boots, and this boat was as big as him, and he put this thing together. So, all right, well, here's King Philip's War. This is part of one of the independent game systems, and I literally know zip about this, but I'm assuming this was over here in North America. Yeah, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and stuff like that. And this is a point-to-point game, which I only own one other point-to-point game, and that's the Napoleonic Wars, which I played one time with some friends. It was okay. Not necessarily up my alley, but I'm willing to go down the road and try another one. This designer is John Paniski. The developer for this was Adam Starkweather. You should know that name.
Oh, yeah.
All right, Mark Mahaffey was the map artist, and Nicholas Escooby was the graphics artist on this one. Small foot, regular size map, one of the 22 by 34s, and 176 pieces in it, playing pieces in it, and one special event dice. That was that picture of that dice I sent you the other night. So, Tony, we're going to get there, buddy. Jester, how you doing, sir? So that's King Philip's War from MP. I bought that one on the sale. All right, so that's 2 down. Let's move on to.
Yes, Ulan, 2002 is old school, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is. All right, so another thing that I really haven't done much of, but I have played 2 or 3 of these are area movement games, and I picked up Kawaguchi's Gamble, Edson's Ridge. From this is designers Ken Dunn on this one here. And it takes an area movement game right on the bottom here. So this is somewhere during Guadalcanal, I believe. And as you can see by the picture, this is area movement. Now, well, actually, I'll hold this for a second. This one here, the game designer on this one's Ken Dunn. The game development was Brian Yaus. Nicholas Scooby, again, we see his name on a lot of stuff for counter graphics. And he's also the one for map graphics. And the cover art is Stephen Pascal, or Pascal, however you want to say it. But this one looks like it's got off-map movement charts, or movement boxes. And it's area movement. So I've already, this is the only one I haven't clipped yet. The last one that I bought in this series kind of shocked me. I'll get to that one here in just a second. But this one was Kawaguchi's Gamble, Edson's Ridge. I think these were all going for like, what, $15 or something like that?
Yeah,
Tim,
something like
glad
that.
to see you on here, brother. All right, so that's 3 of them down.
Tim,
Don't worry, Tony, just for you, I'm going to blow through all these as quick as I can and get to that Grail game.
Tim, except for I'm going to slow you down. Tim says Kawaguchi is a great game. Nordic did say that he's getting some 6 mil Napoleonic Hexy to Timcha. He just said he just got like 2 games this past month that are even more old school than that. I got Victory in the West 1940 GMT from 1992 and Hitler's Last Gamble from 89.
Oh yeah, he was telling me about that in a message the other day. Hitler's I don't think I have that one. That's a bulge game, I'm sure too, right?
No, I'm sure.
All right, Breakthrough Cambrai.
Ooh.
So this is a WW1. This is also an area movement game with those big old monster tanks. Now I clipped the counters to this one, and as I was looking through the counters, like, wow, those poor Germans didn't have any armor in this fight. But also an area movement game, another one mapper. Not a massive amount of counters in it, but now this one here, because I said I've played 2 or 3 games. The other 2 or 3 games I played were all by Mike Ranella. Now I'm going to make a statement here. Y'all can counter the statement or whatever you want to do, or tell me I'm wrong or tell me I'm right. But because I haven't seen a whole lot of the area movement games, but the ones that I've seen, I'm going to say that Mike Ranella's got to be the primo on this. And y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, if there's somebody else out there. Mike Ranella did the game design. Uli Blenneman did the game development. And here we go. Nico Scooby, which I know I'm butchering that poor guy's name, but he's the game artwork on this one. Another area movement game. Look at them pretty old tanks. Boy, how Armored Warfare progressed from the 19-teens into the 1940s. And this is World War I. I don't know what the date on this one is. This one was 2011, so not too ancient. All right.
ID Jester, it's the wardrobe god.
Yes. ID Jester. All right. Now, here we go. Now, this one actually impresses me. And guess who designed this one? Mike Ranella. Monty's Gamble Market Garden. Okay, so we all know what this is. This is Arnhem, Eindhoven, Nijmegen, all that stuff. When I opened this up and pulled the counters, and I granted it being, now this is a one-map game, but I pulled out, was it 4 full counter sheets and then 2 small counter sheets? This thing has a buttload of counters in it that I had to clip. I was kind of shocked by that. But come on, anything Arnhem or anything Bull, just like Gettysburg, you can never have enough.
Exactly.
Okay, which one are you talking about, Tony? Cambrai or this one?
Well, the Monty's Gamble, the very first one was terrible. This one's not bad. It's the first one. Look, it's a picture of one of the mannequins from the museum near there, and the picture is crazy how bad it is.
Well, there's no doubt that picture right there, that's British Airborne. No doubt about that.
Yeah, it was a British Airborne guy. It was terrible.
Yeah. That's a good. That photo's not bad. Is there? I have to go look this other one up. But this one was 2019.
He's talking about the first version.
This is the first version?
No, I'm sorry. Tony's talking about the first version. You have the second.
Okay. And this thing's got 469 counters in it. And I'm thinking, like I say, when I opened this and I pulled the counter sheets out of the way, because the first thing you know Hexy's going to do is he's going to punt and clip. All right. And I thought, oh man, this thing's going to have 3 or 4 maps like all these other Market Garden games we have, like you all just did into It Never Snows. It had 1 map. And I was like, wow, this is going to be convenient. This will probably be fairly easy to play. But I want to say the rule book in here, I just sort of thumbed through it real quick. It's a pretty good sized rule book. So, but this one's also Mike Ranella, developer Brian Yost, and the game art, Nicholas Scooby. But it's a good looking game. And, these area movement maps, I think what happens is, the designers of the map makers, because they're doing area movement stuff, they probably get a little more freedom with their artwork because they don't have to focus like inside of hexes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So some of these maps look really, really, really nice.
Hey, do you have a second? You can click on my show me solo layout, and you'll see the old box art.
Oh yeah. Well,
Look
okay.
at that.
So was this an MMP game from the start, or?
Yeah. Avalon Hill. It was an MMP game. Yeah. Oh no, I don't know. Was it an Avalon Hill game? That's a good question. I don't know. I'm sure someone on here knows, especially Hardwolf. But look at that, using bricks for the letters. Oh my gosh, just that mannequin. Anyway, hey, we've evolved. So anyway,
Yeah. Well, this artwork definitely looks good on this, and
Yeah.
I would assume there's Arnhem Bridge right there. So, all right, let's get off of that one. Okay, now we're gonna start getting that.
I think it'd be fun to watch you play that game, and you just do some filming of it. I think that could be pretty cool. You don't see it very often.
Oh yeah. Well, and I haven't done an area game since I did the one Kev's currently playing, the Eris one, and I think I played Cell before that, and I think there was one other one. So, all right, so there we go. Originally MMP. All right, thanks, Gary. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right,
Yeah,
so
Wardrobe. That period of World War II is your favorite. I know. Yeah, World War II is my jam. The whole thing. The
That's
whole
his
thing.
thing.
Yep.
Yeah, and
I think Market Garden probably, it's not my favorite, but it's up there just because it's so well documented and stuff. And I don't know, it's fun.
GDW, the Battle of Prague, 1980. There must be a whole lot of GDW games that I've not seen.
Yeah, that was he just got that. Charles just got that game.
Charles, I'm gonna have to see. You're gonna have to do. I'm sure you will do some video on that.
He did it. Yeah, I think maybe he just took photos. Okay, anyway.
All right. Now we're down to two final ones.
Oh,
Get in there, Tony. We're almost there, buddy. Hang in there.
Hang in there.
You don't got to go to bed yet. You've got an extra hour tonight.
Hey, William. Oh, come on, Jeff. Hey, William. Jeff played those games, those Revolution area movement games.
Yeah, matter of fact, I got one given to me for my birthday.
Would you play Celis, Patton's?
Yeah, Eris, Cell, and there was one other one I played. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, they were from Revolution. So
Patton's Vanguard, probably.
Yeah, GDW. I'm gonna have to dig into some of this GDW stuff. So, all right. So E4 Airman, who watches the channel, watches Not Jay's, watches yours, he popped a message in. I said, you know what? He knows that I'm into this library of Napoleonic stuff here all of a sudden. And Mark Rogero is just driving me up the wall because he keeps putting these things on Facebook, making me want to buy everything. Now they got dice towers with the stuff on it. So E4 Airman had a couple of these. He said, you know what? He's going to send me one. So he appreciated what I did for the community, and he was going to send me one of these. He was saying something about the box, that maybe there was two versions of this box, whether it's older or newer. But Napoleon at Leipzig, 1813, Bicentennial Edition, 2013. Rich Champion sent me that game, The Battle of Theme, which was out of the Napoleon Retreats box. And it was a hypothetical scenario, and I played it, and that system is just amazing. So I started digging, and Rich had actually sent me a couple other ones, The Coming Storm, and I think I got one called Napoleon, something about 1809. And I had a Napoleon Leipzig game, but it wasn't this system. Well, E4 Airman sent me this one, and Walt, let me tell you something, brother. I appreciate that so much. There's Rich right there. This one will get some time on it, but I'm not going to unbox it, but this is, I mean, come on. If you've got any of these, the maps alone are worth having these things. And then the rule system and the counter art for these things, I don't know. That's the three major components to me. They all three got a 10 in this system of the ones I've seen or have so far. So 4 versions, Gary, are you kidding me?
Well, it's Labatt. So can you answer? Can we look at just see the map real quick? I know
Sure.
you wanted to.
Well, yeah,
I'm just trying to drag this out so Tony has to wait.
Nice note.
Yeah,
Nice work. We'll pull out one up here. Oh, unpunched counters. Oh my goodness.
I don't know if it's going to show up on your camera very well, but
a rite of passage there, buddy. Punching in counters.
Oh, it's just a one mapper?
No. There's 2 or 3 of them in there. This is
okay.
This hand out. So it's let's see, Battle of Nations, October 14th through the 19th. So I mean, I know that. Well, this one doesn't look like it joins. I wonder if maybe this is a learning.
Oh, Hardwolf says that older versions have Rick Barber maps.
Yeah, so somebody else was telling me that, and I believe it was Ulan.
So yeah, this is the Labatt, right? Like we hear about all the time.
No. This is, you remember the old, and Gary will correct me if I'm wrong. You remember the old Napoleon quad games, like
I'm sorry.
Napoleon's Last Battles by SPI, and then TSR, and then Decision Games.
Okay.
Isn't this Zucker's improvement on that? Give Gary a second. He can bounce that one, I'm sure. There's a map with, here's one of the maps. Yeah, you see this one has edges to join. You know, I can't read that.
So Nordic says, I really want to get the OSG, The Last Success, 1809 Danube campaign. And Ulan says, now was a follow-up to Nappy Last Battles.
All right, so it was him trying to redesign and make this system better, which I've only played the one, and I'll agree he did, if that was the case. I mean, I love that. Like I say, that one that I played that Rich sent me so far, I enjoyed the daylights out, and I kind of want to get back to it, but I got some other things I need to take care of first in the gaming world, which I'm working on right now, actually. But come on, this is good looking map artwork right here. You can't.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I like that. That's a good.
I love this. Now this one does look slightly different from the one I played, the Napoleon Retreats one for Fiend. Looks a little bit different. And who was it? Mark Roger was telling me today that OSG right now, the NapoleonGames.com is having a sale on all of them. But even with the sale price, these things are still between $79 to $100 and some.
So are these comparable to Labatt as far as scale and complexity, or?
I don't think so, because isn't Labatt tactical? Okay, I'm sorry. We're talking La Bataille, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yep.
Which I don't have any of those, but I think aren't those tactical? Sort of like Wellington's Victory was.
All right, hold on. These guys are saying no. La Bataille is battalion scale.
Battalion scale. Okay. Well, wouldn't that be considered tactical, or is that?
Apparently not. Richard Champion, Ardwolf.
Okay. I'm going to eventually have to try a La Bataille, I'm sure. I see it coming.
So then what scale is this that you're playing? I mean, what's that?
These are, well, their leaders are usually core, and then there are division elements inside it, I believe. At least I know the theme one that I was playing was.
Yeah, okay. Ardwolf says brigade division, and then Peter said, do you get cards? Yes.
Yeah, so I got two games that have cards in them. Isn't there somewhere in the chain where they made one standard set of cards out there or somebody? You can use for all of them.
Looks like your viewers here know these games.
Yeah.
they should be on here, not me.
That's all right. Hey, they got all of them can type. Oh, Tony, I think I'm going to put that off.
Yeah, I think we're good, right? We've gone 23 minutes.
Yeah. All right, so here we go. Now, I'm going to say it again. This is a Hexy Grail game. It may not be a Grail game to the rest of you all, but it is old. And for me, this is a Godfather game. All right. This is the grandpa of, and I'm not even going to say nothing. I'm just going to put it up here on the table, and you can say yes or no. You can tell me what you consider this thing to be the Godfather to, what started it. So no warm up. You don't want this one. This is 2 counter trays full of counters. All right, here we go.
2 boxes.
Here we go. Dun, dun, dun. That to me, well, you know I'm an ACW guy. So to me, this is a Grail game. I had this game, and somewhere in life, I decided to lose all the pieces to it. Well, good old McMurray happened to come across this thing. And I'm pretty sure, I know he paid for it, but I also know he got it probably a lot cheaper than what you could get for it now, or what it would be worth now. But you can bet this one's not going to leave my house. Because this is one that I had it for years. I had it all ready to go. I never got to play this game. And I've been, over the years, I'd come across where I'd see something online, and I'm like, God darn it. And then one day I decided to go look for my game and my counters, and not a chance. Just never found it. So he come across this. He mentioned it to me, and he sort of taunted me with it for a couple of weeks. And Todd finally went over and grabbed this thing and said, hey, let's get this thing shipped. So they shipped it, and here it is in my wonderful little hands. And come on, what's the first thing you think of when you see that map right there? What other game do you just see when you look at that map?
We're getting some very impressive. We're getting I don't know who the DG reprint is. Ardwolf says we played this a couple years ago. It's got flow issues, but also has some really great ideas in it. And yet, Nordic asks if this is the grandfather game of the Great Battles. I don't think so.
No. So if I had to compare this to something, I'm going to say Victory Games.
Yeah, seems like it.
Yeah. And then, of course, is it Simonitz that redid the U.S. Civil War one?
Yeah, Ardwolf just said that very thing. You can see how it inspired the classic Victory Games Civil War. Tony, just real side note, you hear McMurray and you can't help think of Letterkenny. He loves Letterkenny, so it's
that's where it came from, right?
Yeah, I think it did come from that, yeah.
So look at here. So Ulan has posted some naval counters on the Geek.
Oh,
wait a minute. This has got naval in it? I'm sending it back.
It's a bad game.
I'm sending it back. Turn that map upside. But I think this is what these things. This is a 3-mapper, I think. 2 that are.
Well, so I shipped you 2 boxes, right? So what was up with that?
Flat packs.
Does it always come in 2 boxes like that?
The monsters do, like Bogdan Ryan came in 2.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I thought someone had bought 2 games and I don't know. Okay.
No. Terrible Swift Sword came in 2. Wellington's Victory came in 2. I want to say that Campaign for North Africa came in a soapbox only. Highway to the Right, the first version was in 2 flat packs. That's another game that no, I'm sorry, I had the box version. I had the soapbox that I let go like an idiot. Bloody April, which nobody will have any reason to play anymore because Into the Woods came out from GBACW. So yeah, double flat. There you go. So this is a Hexy Grail game. I'm not the best in the world at playing large scale. Operational like OCS and stuff like that is usually my limit. But this I'll play.
Holy cow, dude! This map. You say it's true. Look at how big the states are. Like it's like Missouri. It's
yeah.
Golly, is there really 3 maps?
Yeah, and this says Terrible Swift Sword to me all over it. So
can you fit all 3 maps together?
Oh yeah. Well, no, not to show, but yeah, because I think 2 of them go horizontal to or one's right above the other, and then there's a long one I think sits on the side. So, but there you go. There's the Eastern Theater.
There's your sea battles.
No, come on, that'll be in the Mississippi, won't it?
Oh yeah, probably. I know very little about.
Let's see how far out. Yeah, there's all 3 of them out. There you go. War Mutt, start clipping those for me, buddy.
Oh,
here's your other bottom map. So
oh my gosh, man.
Your Eastern map fits up here somewhere to the right, and then this map and the central map stack on top.
Okay.
So, yeah, and from what I understand, this you're talking a monster game. When was this thing already? When was this? 70s or 80s? The rules aren't going to be as drastically long, Hey, Art, if I told you what I did with the War of the Rings game that I had, you'd probably shoot me in the back of the head. But I gave that thing away for free. I couldn't believe it.
So wait a minute, did they have War of the Ring and 2 flat boxes like this?
Yeah, and who I gave that to?
Okay, so we're not going to talk about that.
Yep.
I thought, okay, so War of the Ring, did it come in a soapbox or whatever we call it, the traditional box, and then it came in the flat pack, or the other way around?
No, I don't know. The only War of the Rings I ever saw was 2 flat packs.
Oh wait, what are we talking about? A different game here? No, I don't know. Ardwolf will tell us. I thought I saw one comment.
I'm talking about the SPI one.
Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Tony's Board Life. I know these are Grail games, but the new games are generally so much better. Love the history, but never play. That's interesting. You're right. There is. They better design elements for sure, but
yeah, I'm trying to back up here because I've missed a lot of stuff here.
Yeah, so
a lot of good comments on this stuff. Good.
Yeah, you guys are doing great.
I need to announce this stuff more often.
SPI,
it's Nordic. It's coming. Hang in there. It's already being worked on. Antietam. And I know this, boy. If I could read the list of GBACW games that they're creating right now, you'd be stunned.
Yeah, you got a little inside view on that. That's been cool.
Yep.
So 4x8 plywood, Ulan says, with charts and stuff.
For this or for what? War of the Ring?
I think this. You got to take New Orleans by naval actions, Peter Berg says. Welcome, Peter Berg.
Well, I guess McMurray will have to come out here and play this with me then.
Yeah, right.
So that's tray one. Now look, okay, so in this tray here, You saw this Yankee blue. Okay.
Come on, Ulan. That's funny. But
where's it? I don't see the shippies, ports and stuff like that, and some supply counters and whatnot, right?
So what was in the other box and more counters?
Well, that's what we're going to do right now.
Oh, sorry.
All right. So 3 maps in that tray. All right. I see. I know. Come on. Red and black and white. But I love that box cover. I really do. And the thing about the old, take my pills. The old SPI games, it's not this one, but let's see. And I remember when I used to go buy these things out of the old store in Falls Church. No, this one didn't have it. The cover, one of the covers would have a flip side that went inside the box, and it would have your special details about the game on it.
Okay.
So now here's the other box. Rules book. All right.
How many pages is that?
20.
Huh.
20 pages. All right. A couple of charts. All right.
No, this is crazy. McMurray and I were like blown away by these things. Like,
and this
what
is your
the
production
heck?
schedules and all that stuff.
All these charts are crazy. That's why it takes so much table space.
Hey, what other games have this type of thing in it?
Oh my god!
Doesn't War in Europe, War in the East, War in the West have this stuff? So now I will say this: if you go to SPI resources, where you can just see the archives of all the SPI games, you can most of the old SPI games you can get the maps there, you can get the counter scans there for the ones they have. They have like you can get a lot of the quad games. They have the rules, the maps, and the counters. All right, because obviously SPI is defunct. Decision Games, I guess, owns the rights to pretty much everything they got. But they're there. That's how I find out if I'm missing something or not, is I'll go there and look and see. So I've got Army Group South Quad, and I was missing one counter in that, and that's how I figured it out. Mm-hmm. So this is just a production chart for these games.
It's some crazy charts.
And they're massive. And this one's 2-sided. Confederate deployment charts. And then I guess after you deploy, you get all this wonderful stuff, which is your turn record track, and I guess how the year cycles and stuff like that, and supplies and depots and all kinds of stuff to mark off over here.
Yeah, that's crazy charts here.
Yeah. Now I just realized I'm sitting here watching these guys talking about the boards needed. And then you got the same thing for the Union. And then there's all the wonderful Army, Confederate States Army counters in there. Notice how it's a lot more limited compared to the big blue box. And and here you go. The most attractive feature in gaming ever, the SPI small white dice.
Yeah, and they're supposed to go in the little center thing there, but I put them in that thing so I could tape it all up and they didn't get lost.
Yeah, and I had to take off thank you. You did a wonderful tape job sealing stuff. No damage when I took that tape off whatsoever.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I just knew they were going to fly all over. Tony says GBACW and Blind Swords top of his list for ACW games. I'd agree with Blind Swords. I have not played GB.
And I agree with GBACW because that's my GBACW that's my mainstay. As a matter of fact, when I'm done with the 2 sitting over here right now, the OCS Korea and the Men of Iron game, I have all of my. Still can't say the title yet. I know a lot of people know it, but I have all my new Battle in the Wilderness GBACW game. I have all the maps and all the counters, and I'm going to do some more playing with that. So, and I really wish I could drop the deal on all the new ones. And I'm not kidding you when I say new ones. I'll tell you what I can drop on, which a lot of people already know about. They are redoing 3 Dog. They are redoing, I think, the Chickamauga game. It's Chickamauga Murfreesboro, I can't remember. And they're redoing the Bull Run. So get ready for those and I think they were originally going to put them in one box and sell the whole shebang as one box. And I believe someone told them no, they could not do that, and to sell each one of them individually. So you will eventually see new versions of 3 Dog, the Red Badge of Courage, and I believe it's the Chickamauga game. So, and Bull Run's already there in GBACW, Red Badge of Courage, and it's got first and second Bull Run in it. River of Death, that's the Chickamauga one I'm thinking of. Yeah, because Dead of Winter is Murfreesboro. So
a couple comments here. Ulan says there's a new rules book on the Geek. I think, I don't know if he means for this or what. And then William Bird asks who's played Hill of Death. I like anything Lutenman. Is that his new one?
Isn't Hill of Death That's not. Is that the new Shattered Union one, or is that because Blind Swords, the Perryville one's the new Blind Swords one, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I think that is that one. You just the second one. The War in the East had the production spiral. Says Ardwolf. Blah, blah,
Which I just
blah.
finished punching the other day and clipping.
Anything Bukowski Ulan says.
Is that Joe Bukowski?
Dave 1013 ACW ASL is best World War II. Ulan was saying, sorry, I was thinking GCACW. The Bacchus Napoleonics are shipping up from Manassas, which is funny. Time to sell my 3-dog for a buttload.
Yeah, there you go, Tony. Get ahead of the game.
Shattered Sword. Yes,
Shattered Sword. Why do I think it was Shattered Union? South Mountain, right? That's a new Blind Swords. That Blind Swords one, there's a lot of people that are kicking out new modules. The last ones I played were Claude Whalen and the ones that I guess was it Revolution did. Now Revolution's got another new one coming out, which I guess is that the one we're talking about from Revolution? Is that South Mountain or is that the Perryville one? I got the email like Friday about their new release on that one there. So GCAW, great system. Now look, so Todd and I played one scenario in GCACW, and I don't think either one of us have been more excited about something, about a play of a game in a long time. What are you reading there? What are you looking at there? That's not Hood Strikes North, is it? Yeah. Why, yes, it is. You got that one too. Let's see. What I miss? I miss anything else on here? Oh, all right, Dave, you were saying, okay, so GCACW. All right, I got it. Yes, Revolution. Yeah, okay. Tons of Blind Swords in development. Yeah, Herman or one of those guys will pop who's doing them, but that's kind of cool that he can take a system that he created, started it, and then allowing or other developers creating games. Man, I'm telling you what, I wouldn't doubt if we don't see the every major and some minor battles in the American Civil War done in Blind Swords before it's said and done.
Yeah, Blind Swords is really hitting off. That's a pretty fun one.
Yeah, and Hiss, you're always talking about picking up one. Well, if you guys want the Blind Sword system, I think it's a great intro system, but I also think it's a great detail system for the way they've got that set up. And then if you want to go farther without really hurting your brain too much, get into Black Swan. Because I'm telling you, if you don't own AMFS, you're missing out on one of the better Gettysburg games. All right, I'm still going to choose 3-dog. Now, this is me saying because I have all 3 of the line of battle sitting over there that I have not played yet. I have all 4 of the RSS games that I have not played yet. So, I'm GBACW is still my thing, and I'm test playing some stuff in it right now. So that's really cool. What battle of ACW do you most want to see made for? It's the one I'm test playing right now. Well, I'm thinking back. There's 2 I want to see. I'm test playing the Wilderness one. And I'll tell you what, I would love to see one on Chattanooga, Missionary Ridge, Lookout Mountain. But I think even more so, and I want to say that this might be in the works too, is 7 Days stuff. I might want to see some of that because I think there's a lot there. Even some of the 1864. So, Wilderness is great. Chancellorsville in 1863, I think. Okay, so when we look at Chancellorsville, we look at something where Jackson shows up on the flank and just sends the Union running. But I think that game could be optional to where Hooker makes. I don't know. I don't be too hard on Hooker at Chancellorsville until after it got developed. But Hooker had a great plan for Lee to deal with Lee when he was in Fredericksburg, which evolved into Chancellorsville. So I think they could do some optional stuff on that. I know there's probably a few more things they can do in the Valley. So here we go. Gamers with Coffee. This is Greg. Greg, question. Being brand new to this type of gaming and wanting to learn, what do y'all recommend as far as a system to use and company to look at?
Oh, my gosh.
Now, okay, so I'm going to make my common statement. You want to learn something that's not drastic in rules and easy in many games that are just one mappers with limited counters, so to speak, and some. Any or almost any SCS game from MMP. You can get small and you can get large. Anybody else want to add to that? Fire away. And don't sit here and tell me Simonich's games, because yes, those footprints in those games are phenomenal, but those rules have some serious depth that's probably not good for a beginner.
Well, we need to narrow down just quiet mini warm-up. Let's just block him out. Yes, Ardwolf. Yes, Case Blue. Obviously, that's a given. We need to know. Did he say ACW? Because we need to know what warrior, what interests you.
Well, I think he was being general, because he was
well,
talking about it earlier.
That's tough. I mean, if you really want to go basic,
well, if you want to learn how to hex and counter, with today's games, I mean, you don't want to send. Well, I wouldn't want to send somebody looking for a game that was made in the '80s. To learn how to do movement and combat. It had to be.
It needs to be a new game that's out.
Yeah.
Tactics 2, Cross 5 Aprils. Do you see ACW is better for maneuver? Yep, everyone's reached. So yeah, you have to kind of narrow it down a little bit, I think. But yeah, SCS. Yeah, what period of time are you? Yeah, exactly. Because I don't know. Hexy's shared some games with me that are real easy, but if you're not interested in the period, like I struggle with ACW. Hey, what's up, not Jay?
Chris,
lock and load tactical. Like that's a very good system. Not too. I mean, it's intimidating because the rule book is huge, but it's huge because of the font, and they just give a ton of examples.
Okay,
but yeah.
So if I had never played a game before and I was coming into wargaming, all right, I would think the basic things that I would want to grasp first is, okay, 1, what does the map display? 2, what do the counters display? And then 3 and 4 are, how do I move? How do I do combat? And then after I learned and mastered all that, I said, okay, let's start learning supply. Let's start learning command and things like that.
I mean, yeah, it's, I'm looking up here at the Nations at War series is pretty cool.
I haven't pulled that one out yet.
It's pretty easy. And I'll tell you this, Gamers with Coffee, a game like Nations at War, which is World War II, every counter is a platoon, but you don't have to worry about that. Or if you're more interested in like Cold War Gone Hot, their World at War 85 is good, and here's why. It's the most miniature like counter game that I've played, because you roll to hit with I'm sorry, let's start over. You roll the number of dice on your counter. So if it says 3, you're going to roll 3 dice. You can hit on a 3 or whatever, and then the defender rolls based on the roll. So you're rolling dice like a counter, like a miniature game.
Right.
So it's
okay. So let's say this. Let's say that the only battle in the world that you're interested in, you want to play a game, but you've never played a game before, was Gettysburg. What game would you tell that person to start with?
Yeah, Peter, I can see that. So it looks like he's just okay. World War II, he's got that narrowed down. So Nations War would be good. Yeah, and there's line of sight though, because Peter's right. Line of sight does kind of throw some people off, right?
Right.
But I would say Nations at War games are simpler even more than Lock and Load Tactical, in my opinion.
I'm still going to go with SCS.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah, SCS is fantastic, and you can go. Well, don't go with like Day of Days, or that's Jeff's favorite, but that's too big for starting, I think. I
think Todd's favorite would be a good one.
No, I'm not saying that because it's not. You guys are goofy.
No, SCS has got a ton.
Bastogne. I mean,
yeah,
that's what McMurray would say. That I'm going to speak for him. He would say get Bastogne, and it's still available. And it's a one mapper, and to me,
Art hit it. The basic or medium game in Gettysburg 77, Artie. That would be my thing if I wanted to go Gettysburg easy with some decent.
Nordic. I don't know if I can agree with that. Not for a first game, man.
Well, if you play the basic rules, which is what McMurray was fixing to do, and I played the medium rules, I was like, wow, this is amazingly easy.
Oh, quiet. Chuck, Charles, are you saying that because you know that that's what they call it, or do you? So, although the blind sword pieces, yeah, blind swords wouldn't be bad, but that's ACW.
Well, yeah, and I get why I said it, because you can get some of these now. I mean,
yeah.
And that's going to be the big thing is like Gamer Greg. We don't want to send Greg on a hunt.
Yeah, no, I don't think so.
Yeah,
I mean, so I for SCS, we say any SCS, but I really would avoid It Never Snows, Day of Days, even North Africa. I would go with I would go with well, those are just beautiful games. And then they sell the smaller ones too, right? The bag ones are smaller.
Yeah. You what, $30?
But those are ACW, just in case you're wondering.
Long Street Attacks, good one. I got that one.
I mean, Gamer with Coffee, I would love to know, which one you go to. So SCS has 8 pages of rules, really 7 or 6, and then plus a couple, maybe more. I would stick with those. Like, I don't even know if I do Panzer battles because it's got that different kind of activation system.
Yeah, there's a few to stay away from in that one. But I mean, I think you're right. I think Bastogne. I think even one of the first Africas. You want to play a good one that's SCS historical? Like I said, these are ones you're not going to find them easy anymore, but Ardennes was a good one. But the new ones, Rostov 41. And I know you can still get Heights of Courage and Yom Kippur in bags, but I mean, granted, they're not World War II. Karelia 44, you can probably still find that one. I did not. That's the one SCS game I did not like. I haven't played this yet, but I watched Jester stuff on it and some other people's. I need to play that because that looks like a really, really good game.
Yeah, we need to pull that out and try that.
Yeah, and that was a very good game.
Yeah, I mean, also then like you kind of can go down to I don't know. You can't, unfortunately, gamers, you kind of got to take all these things that we throw out there and then just start kind of try to find ones that are affordable, whatever. I don't know what your budget is, but find ones that, don't kill you. And then you're going to have to just try a few. And yeah, these, I think, I don't know if you have any idea of the concepts too. So there might be some hurdles, but you got enough people here to help you out. Someone to jump on with you.
How about that, Artie? Play that one? First time I played a Korea game. Yeah, Todd and I have been playing Starter Kit, and Todd has much more experience with ASL than I do. And granted, we both have fun playing it, but there's still some stuff in there. I can't even imagine myself, as much as I like crunchy games, I can't even imagine myself trying to tackle the massive rules of ASL. I still one of those people that believe it's a lifestyle for most people, so I don't think I can do it. Okay, Command and Colors, Tony. I didn't think about them because that's not a game that's up my sleeve. And I've always been interested in Memoir 44, but here's a question. What can they get today? I know you can still get Commands and Colors, but what can you get today that's Memoir 44?
Oh, you can still get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But is
Tony, I thought of Memoir and stuff. I just didn't know, but in a way, you're a miniature player. Memoir would be fun because they're not great minis or anything, but it kind of gives you a feel. And it's hex and counter, and it covers a lot of the similar aspects to what you're going to get in these more complex games. And it's pretty popular, and there's an electronic computer version. Command and Colors is Ancients, but gosh, they go Ancients, ACW, Revolutionary War, Samurai Battles. It covers a ton of stuff. Those are block games, the Command and Colors, and just meaning that they're wood blocks and you can see what you've got and the other guy can see what he's got, and then you flip them around when it's time to battle. A little bit of Fog of War, which is cool.
Yeah, go over to Ardwolf's channel, Greg, and watch him play Mighty Endeavor. That'll give you a glimpse of what a little bit of an upscale SCS game is like. That's a good one. Todd, you got video on Bastogne, I think.
Yeah, we got lots of video of Bastogne because McMurray and I played it. Did you play that 2X where we played that?
I did. I played it right after you did because you had so much fun with it. Nache's got some stuff. I know you can go over to Lock and Load and look at their stuff for Nations at War. I don't know. I mean, I haven't dug into Nations at War yet. You guys have. I just think that SCS is definitely an easier thing to go with to start.
I would agree.
Yeah, pick up some bad games of that for $30. I'll tell you what, Greg. I'll do you one better here. You get a chance. My email is hex2hexwargaming@gmail.com. You send me a mailing address, I'm going to send you a game to get you started. And if you don't like it, if it doesn't suit you, it's no biggie. You can send it back to me. If you do like it, you want to hang on and play it, you can play it. So Hex, the number 2.
Oh my goodness.
wargaming.com, and I'll get you something. And don't talk to Mini War Mutt when you break it out to play it. All right, because he will convince you not to. But at least you can take a gander at it, and you can determine for yourself. It's better that way. Don't let one of us sit here and try to convince you where to go. Let's get you a game in your hand and let you go down that road.
I think you should play the third winner.
Sure, get him started with that one.
36. It's way easier than that Case Blue that Ardwolf talked out there.
Oh, well, you know what? I mean, come on. I mean, who would not want a game in a box like that? I mean, come on,
pretty impressive. If you want, by the way, the joke, the reason that's a joke, gamers, is it's humongous. 1 and 2 nowadays it's $450 or more. It's ridiculous. I saw a comment on, what's your opinion of old school tactical? I've never played it. I should, because I'm a tactical gamer. I've just never had I've just never done it. I should try it.
Tell me what's your opinion of old school tactical. I never played it either.
I mean, I should, because it's right up my alley. I'll tell you what I do like about old school tactical. I like their maps. Their maps, especially their Stalingrad maps. Oh, baby, they're beautiful.
Hey, Devin, you still on here? OG, you still on here? I know Dev, he likes to pop in and pop out.
I can't wait to see what you send him. I'm sure he'll share it on his channel.
Because I want dibs on that Waterloo game. I'm waiting for that.
Cool. That's nice of you, man.
Porn on YouTube. Ooh,
oh, you're learning it. Have you got any videos on that, Tony? I don't remember seeing videos on that.
I saw it somewhere. So, yeah, Greg, you get that information to me, and we'll get something in your hands, let you give it a shot. And then maybe you can teach Warmud how to play a real military game without him keeling over or falling out of the chair. I would love to have that, Chuck. I wish I still had my original one of that. Really do. Russian campaign.
It wasn't listed for sale there, Hex.
Where? The original one? No, I'm sorry. Yeah, no, that was it. No, I'm trying to think of the game I had years ago that was it had like a light blue sky background on the top of the box with the Germans moving across it. Was it the Russian campaign? Hell, I can't remember. Well, Jerry, I mean, talking about Napoleonics earlier.
I don't know Napoleonics on. I don't know the easy ones. I mean, Lock and Load's got a game coming out sometime. Oh, that starts on the 15th.
That's Napoleon. Well, yeah, I was looking at the sale at Napoleon Games, and I'm not going to pull the trigger as much as I want to. I'm not going to pull the trigger on those because, like I say, even on sale, 20%. Those are, and don't get me wrong, they're worth the money that these guys sell them for. But 70 and up, I got to leave it alone right now. Can't do it.
Sorry, Tony. I know you. Okay, so Tony's filming his videos about old school tactical.
There you go,
Tony. I'm curious what you think of it. So, I mean, I know you really. So, ATS is really your jam. How is it comparing to that? To Lock and Load Tactical? You've played a good variety. I'm curious.
Damn, now I want to get Wellington's Victory out again and play it. It's been so many years. Can't do it though. We got too many things to play. Way too many.
Well, there is Command and Colors Napoleonics too. If that, I guess that would probably be the simplest Napoleonics, right?
What's it, Command? See, I don't know anything about it, but Tony's played a lot of it. Who's the other guy that we watched that plays it?
Well, Ulan was saying that we didn't bring up a Napoleonics game for the entry level, and I honestly couldn't even name one for you.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, not one today.
What?
I don't know of one today. The old SPI Napoleon's Last Battle. I loved that. The old what was it? Napoleon at War quad game. The old SPI. That was so easy to play. A lot of these newer Napoleon, like I say, the first newer Napoleon stuff that's hit my hands has been this library stuff. But that's not something you want to hand to somebody to get started with. But I'm tell you what, if you wanted to experience a good Napoleonic system, boy, that is a good one. That is a good one. There you go. The Battle of Fishmess.
Fishmess.
Yeah, Charles, they do make some nice games. I just don't like their counterprints. Because isn't Blue Panther the one that's printing them? So unless they've changed something.
Blue Panther. And this is where we need McMurray answering question, but he's going to point to a lot of the older games maybe. But
right. All right. Well, tell you what. Hey, gang, I appreciate that tonight.
Yeah, good turnout, good chat, fellas.
Drop in some of the comments. Let me know what you think of me calling War Between the States a classic or a Grail game. It always will be in my brain. There's a bunch of them that are in my brain that are still classic or Grail games to me. As opposed to, we know that Case Blue is a Grail game. That's a given. And there's a bunch of other ones out there. But let me know what y'all think about that War Between the States or any other Grail games you might have on your back of your head that you can drop in the comments. And we appreciate everybody being on here tonight. Hey, you know the deal. Make sure you like the stuff. Go down there and click that darn thumbs up button right now. All right, we need to get those views going on this thing because this is a good one. And you're going to see some more of the stuff here soon. We got a lot of stuff going on. I got games I'm playing all the time. And, of course, the weather's changing. So I know myself. I know Todd here will be busy. Nache's getting ready to kick out some stuff. And get over to Warmutt. Warmutt is Mr. Mini. He's got, I don't know if he's filmed anything or not, but he just started a Romans against the Barbarians mini table. And I saw pictures of it on his Stream with Gamers with Coffee tonight. And it looks like that's going to be some fun with that. And I think he's using Bigger Battles Warmutt. I believe that's what you're using. So get over and check him out too. And Hissy Cat, check Hissy Cat out. All right, guys, we're going to close this out. Appreciate it. Talk to everybody soon.
See ya. Bye.